Uh, Before we delve into the session, I want to share what does really investing mean to us. And investing is a very unique profession in the sense it means different things to different people. Almost to everyone, it means something else. It's like it depends on what you want it to mean to you, right? What you want out of it, and whatever you want, it will give you. You want it, you want to speculate out of it, uh, you can do that. You want to consider it ownership in underlying businesses, it'll mean that to you. You just want it to be a passive thing, it'll play that role for you. You want to be full time into it, you can do that. So extremely uh, exciting space, and I'll share what it means to us. Okay, so for us, stocks are not wild tickers which are just moving up and down. For that, I like to go to Delta Casino in Goa and have a nice time. I don't do that in markets. For me, it's not a wild ticker. I have never traded or leveraged in my life. Not to mean that those who do are doing something wrong. It's just that I want to drive something else from market. For me, it is extremely fascinating that I can have fractional ownership in whatever listed business I want. So I can have fractional ownership in Nestle, which I can't ever imagine recreating if I were to start it from scratch, right? Or a Hindustan Unilever, or a Maruti, or a niche chemicals play, uh, or an extremely regulated banking operation, right? So as an entrepreneur, I can't imagine starting these from scratch. And what skill set can you have to have start to start so many businesses, right? But here, sitting at home with whatever little amount of money or savings you have, you can have actual ownership to that extent in these businesses, uh, and thereafter write their growth story. It is extremely fascinating to me from the day I discovered this, and till date, the excitement has only risen. It hasn't. They say time correction in life and in markets. That has not happened. With each passing day, the fascination has only grown. Uh, our typical investment horizon is 3 to 5 years. You hear people talking about decades of investing, uh, uh, never sell, and those things. I don't believe that. I am a very practical person. I believe even promoters don't have view beyond a couple of years. We live in times which are where disruption is extremely high, uh, be it regulations, be it government policies, be it technology, be it the disruption through well-funded startups, be it the changing preferences and taste of consumers. Uh, Great businesses are created now overnight, and great businesses can be destroyed overnight. Uh, so it is very difficult to have a view beyond 5 years, in my opinion. At the same time, I don't mean that you have to keep selling every 3 years. It's a rolling view. So you keep rolling your view every 3 to 5 years, and as long as the picture is clear and the thesis is intact, you stay invested. So I've been invested into companies for much longer, but you keep reviewing them, and be very humble in the sense that anytime a disruption can uh, totally kick off the thesis, totally shake out the thesis. Our preference is to have owner operators, and by owner operators, we mean uh, owners who are running their companies themselves rather than a professional CEO. Uh, अपना बच्चा होता है, right? When you own the company and you're running it, uh, you tend to think long term. Uh, you can bear short term pain for long term gain. You'll do what is right for the company because uh, you are the owner, right? You're not a professional whose life depends on the next bonus. The next is owner operators with skin in the game. Means higher the stake, the better it is. They should create wealth when the company does well, and vice versa. So your interests are aligned. As a minority shareholder, your interests are aligned with the owner operator. And finally, the business should have a robust balance sheet. And by robust balance sheet, I mean uh, both on balance sheet and off balance sheet liabilities should be in check. Ideally, we would prefer debt free balance sheets. but even if there is some debt, it should be reasonably manageable, because a down cycle can always kill a business if it is fragile and loaded with a lot of debt. We are sector and market cap agnostic. So from chemicals to banks to IT to FMCG to discretionary to fast moving industrial goods, we have practically representation from most sectors in our portfolio. We are also market cap agnostic. So from 500 crores market cap to 10 lakh crores market cap, you would have such companies in our portfolio. Typically, we have 18 to 20 stocks in our portfolio, businesses in our portfolio, with allocation ranging between 3% to 10%. For us, this has been a sweet spot. ना ये बहुत ज्यादा कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड है कि 5 बिजनेस में सारा पैसा डाल दिया और उसमें से फॉर सम रीजन 2 उड़ गए तो आपके पोर्टफोलियो की बैंड बच गई, और ना ही ये म्यूचुअल फंड्स की तरह 50-100 बिजनेसेस लेके बैठे हैं कि ईच इज सो स्मॉल that even the winning positions are not able to add alpha to your portfolio. So this is somewhere in between a sweet spot, I would say, where neither you are too concentrated nor you are too diversified. And each position has a very relevant role to play in your portfolio. Finally, we don't do market timings, which means we don't do active cash calls based on index level. कि यार निफ्टी 18,000 हो गया है तो अभी 20% पोर्टफोलियो बेच के कैश पे बैठ जाने का, या निफ्टी 15,000 हो गया है तो पूरा इन्वेस्टेड हो जाओ. We don't invest in Nifty, so market levels should not impact our ability to be fully invested or not, right? By nature, by philosophy, we are optimistic, we are bullish on India. We see as a country, as an economy, next decade or two to be really good for us. So we stay positioned for luck by investing in companies which will grow, right? And the idea there is to invest if you're able to find an opportunity and sit on cash if you can't, irrespective of निफ्टी 18,000 है या 15,000 है, राइट? अगर आपको बॉटम अप इन्वेस्टिंग अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल रहा है तो पैसा डालने का, नहीं मिल रहा है तो नहीं डालने का. There is no active cash call here with respect to index, is what I'm trying to say. So that is what investing means to us in one slide. I've tried to cover a lot of ground here in terms of broad, top down, how do we try to invest. Now, what